Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can't see you. I can't see your
You can't see
beautiful
me.
face.
Oh, classic Zoom mistake here.
Hey,
What
how
about
you doing,
now?
brother?
Heyo.
Nice to have you
I'm doing
on.
fine. How are you?
Very well, thank you,
Yeah,
man.
nice to be here.
What are you drinking today? Not that classic rum?
No, I'm actually having some coffee. It's
Too
quite
early?
early here. It's 2 o'clock. It's not early. Who am I kidding? Um, I'm having a nice cup of Plancia coffee here. It's very nice. Italian
Hey,
blend.
it's 6 p.m. somewhere, yeah?
Yeah, it sure is. But I've done some other podcasts uh, and it turned out to be at nighttime for me all the time. So, well, I
So
have
with me, you
kids,
said, fuck
so
it, Dan, you can cop it.
yeah. Well, I have kids, so I need to
Yeah, I
be with them
understand.
afterwards. So I can't just go all pirate on it right now.
Well, luckily, this is going to be the best podcast you've guested on. So you're going to have the most fun
Well,
on here.
enlighten me.
Is that a Bob Dylan t-shirt I see?
It sure is.
You a fan?
Yeah.
Who isn't, eh? How old are you?
Well,
Go ahead. Sorry, mate.
no, I just wanted to talk about Bob Dylan, but
uh,
you
yeah,
were
I mean,
saying what?
I mean, I was going to ask you, how old were your kids?
I have a daughter who's 1 year old, Rita,
Ooh,
and I have a son, Ferdinand, who's 5.
ooh. So the older one's starting to get an attitude.
Oh, the younger ones have an attitude. But they both have. No, they're really lovely. I actually just arranged dinner for them, so it could just stay
Stay
there
out
and
of your way.
boil for the next couple of hours, and then it will be ready when we're done here at some point. Dan,
So this man here, Eivor, I don't know if you have
yeah,
this. Um, Talk to me about this role. I mean, this is an unbelievable role to land. Assassin's Creed, one of the biggest games in the world.
yeah, it's pretty crazy actually. It's been somewhat of a ride.
Mm.
I have never been the big gamer, but I'm gaming now,
Yeah,
and I knew about Assassin's Creed. I hadn't really played the game, but I knew about it, and so that meant this is big. This is the franchise that I know. Um, so when I auditioned for it, well, when I auditioned for it, it was actually called something else. It was called the Black Wolf Saga. It was
really? Wow.
an animated Viking series in 10 episodes. So
Really?
yeah,
That's what
that
they
was what I
had.
was told anyway.
Wow.
Um,
How sneaky is that?
very sneaky. So I auditioned for that and thought that, well, that sounds pretty cool to be shot in Canada over a year. It's like, yeah, cool, cool. I will audition for that. So I sent out a self tape, and a couple of weeks passed, and then they invited me to London, and my agent said, "So we can see now that it's being produced by Ubisoft. So
Mm.
this could mean that it is something else." Okay. Like what? Well, it could be the next Assassin's Creed. We don't know, but there's a lot of secrecy. So I flew to London and went for 2 days of auditions there um, with a selected few. And when I got into the room, I was met by Darby McDevitt and three other
The writer.
directors going, "Hi, so, oh, Magnus, so nice to see you. Oh, you sneaky bastard in The Last Kingdom. And blah, blah, blah. This is the next Assassin's Creed game." And so, okay, this is where we're at. So that's pretty cool. And thank God that I like gaming, you know.
Yeah.
I could just have said no. I want to do a series, 10 episodes, animated with Vikings. I'm not doing any gaming. Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did, and here we are, and millions of people have played the game, and that is that is something special.
What so you did one self tape and got the gig. It couldn't have been that easy, surely.
No, 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 no. I did a self tape. I got invited to London.
And then you
I
had to go
went
again. Yeah,
to
yeah.
2 days of auditions in London,
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then I waited for 1.5 months.
Oh wow. Yeah,
Um,
okay.
and first of all, I thought, okay, this was really good. I was auditioning with Gudmundur Torvaldsson, which he plays Sigurd in the game. We
Oh yeah,
auditioned
yeah, yeah.
together, so we had a good feeling like this is really good, and we had great connection, and we
Yeah.
we exchanged contacts afterwards because this was cool. And then we didn't hear anything for 1.5 months or more.
At that point do you
The
think,
end
yeah,
of
I've
July, I
blown
heard
it?
it.
Do you
Sorry,
think at that
what?
point I've blown it, or is that normal?
This is a big gig, and I think there are so many components to getting this gig. There's so many extra layers of
Mm.
producers, and then you have, okay, so Ubisoft Montreal likes you, but let's go back to Paris. Let's talk to the executives and their executives. So there's many, many, many layers of it. Also, what I found out was that the way they watch audition tapes is sometimes by just turning the computer away and then just listen to them. So
Wow.
instead of watching what we're doing and why we're doing it, they're just listening with eyes closed, just going, okay, can I listen to this voice for 200 hours and not stab myself? You know,
Uh,
because you can be persuaded to think that, oh, this is perfect, and oh, look at how he uses his eyes, or the way she moves, and but then when it comes down to hundreds of hours in voiceover, just only voice acting, can that voice cut it?
yeah, you
It
don't
comes
think of
down
that.
to that. And so when Darby told me that they did that, and they were bringing their partners in, like, come in, listen to this guy, and or you know and friends and family listening to it. That was the way they watched the audition tapes. That was something new for me. Um, I was used to it. It depended on good acting, but also the face. Can we work with this? No, oh, he's too ginger. We can't. Or oh, he has a perfect beard. Let's use him. It's you never know. The thing I've learned is that if you get a call back, if they invite you to London or invite you to LA, or they at the moment, if they invite you to a callback on Zoom,
Yeah,
for an audition,
yeah,
with the director, then you've made it. Then you are what they're looking for, but you might not cut it in. Oh, but oh, he's a little too young, or he's too old,
yeah.
or
You're in the last
but you
three,
made it.
so yeah.
Um, because there's a lot of you send a lot of stuff out that you never hear from,
Mm.
and then sometimes, oh, whoop, drop of, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
sometimes those drops, they will turn into something else, because suddenly, oh, I worked with him on that, so let's use him for. But until you get
yeah,
that break, you just never know, and even then, you just never know. You can always be
yeah.
recast.
I tell you what, though, your voice. I mean, it's got to be the most soothing voice. I think I heard your voice more than my own girlfriend's over the month I played that game. But I tell you what, yeah, you
Be
not
my
only
eyes,
I know you did the
Dan.
motion
Be my
capture as well,
eyes.
but you just nailed it, man. I got to say,
Well, thanks, man.
nah, no worries. How did you like? Because it's I can hear the character in your voice already, so it's sort of you didn't have to do too much with your voice, did you, to play this character?
No, we from the audition tapes I made some clear decisions about a character,
Hmm.
not knowing it was going to be this character and in a game, But
Hmm.
I made some clear decisions about who is this person, and and I remember the directors coming back to them, just going, "Remember when you whispered in that? This is you can do that. Remember that
Mm.
we're going to talk to the voice director. So we're gonna, because we want to do this a new way. We want to be able to, we want to feel this, and so what we worked on was not making a Viking brute, like the cliche of a Viking warlord warrior just going berserk and killing and talking like this all the time. I'm gonna kill you and you, all that. Leave that to the characters around Eivor, but let Eivor be a human being. Not that's not human beings.
I know what you mean.
But when you put your your earphones on, you zoom into the game, and if you play male, I become you, you become me, and if you don't believe yourself because it's just or it just sounds ridiculous or whatever, then you will just take them off, And, I can't waste any more time listening to this fucker, or whatever. So we tried to make Eivor as human as possible. So you will still have all the screams and the battle war cries and the threatening, all that. You'll have that, but not when you're talking to children, not when you're in your settlement trying to make stuff happen, not when you're making alliances, not when you're falling in love or having people falling in love with you. If Eivor sounded like Kratos from God of War, for example, I love that voice. Just that is.
It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work, would it? No.
But this is something else. This is another story. This is a Viking saga about this young Viking coming of age and finding who Eivor is and finding out. So can you depend on your brother? Can you not? Can you expand? And it's about glory and it's about adventure, but it's also just about finding yourself in this world and finding out that this world is not what you thought it was. Because if you played the game and if you know the series, this world is definitely not what you think it is. What comes before and what comes after.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask you when you saw the ending to this game and all the stuff that comes with it from the previous titles. Like, how do you wrap your hand around that? Because you wouldn't have been familiar with that story coming in, would you? But not being a gamer.
No, I didn't know all about the Isu and all of this.
The anima stuff and Layla.
Yeah, but obviously I did a shitload of research.
Nice.
I did my character research.
Yep.
Then I did my Odin research, and then I did my whole animus, all of the Isu, all of that research, which was that the last was the the hardest to get in and to get in and to stay,
Yeah.
Because if you played the game, all games in the franchise, this is just this is part of you.
Yeah.
But and I salute you, Dan. But if you haven't, and I think there's a lot of gamers buying Valhalla, going, oh, I'm gonna play this Viking game, man, and then suddenly you have like some of these anomalies just going, what the shit fuck was that? I have to jump at what the I want to raid or whatever, and you suddenly you go to present time. I don't who's that and what is that, and I just think that's a lovely surprise that for people just thinking they're buying a Viking game, that they get to think a little bit more, and maybe they like it, and maybe they will Google and find a lot of videos about all of it.
Yeah. People get sucked into this world all the time.
It takes a month to
yeah,
find out what it's all
problem.
about.
Yeah.
I remember Darby, me and Carlo Rota, who plays Basim.
Yeah.
In the game, when Darby he talked about going. Also, he was talking about the backstory of the game, and when you take the staff of, and then that will happen, and and so, and Carlo clearly hadn't played the game and knew the story hardcore as well. So we had this joke about, wait a minute, Darby, just tell me again. What was it? So you have another this sci-fi world with the cool, pass it on. But that was like in the first couple of weeks of motion capture, because then we just started. This is just part of it, And then we look it up, and Darby can talk for hours and hours and hours, and you have to snooze him to have him stop talking.
Oh, really? He just keeps going
so
and going.
much, and he's incredible. He's
can't shut
he's
him
the
up.
most dedicated narrative director, script writer, or whatever I've worked with ever. It's insane the amount of history and stuff he has put into his brain. And he can remember it. I can obviously remember a lot of words, and I can remember a whole theater play that takes an hour and it's only me on stage, but I can forget to buy groceries, So
he's obviously passionate about it,
He's the best.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, he's awesome. What was your reaction when that trailer came out? That trailer, I think it was mid last year, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was May, I think.
May, yeah. And you're in this trailer. You've got a couple of lines in it, I think.
I'm shouting a bit.
And it blows up, and there's millions and millions of views. Like, is that when it kicks in? Like, yeah, this is a big deal.
That was actually the moment for me. That was the trailer, because also talking to some of my gamer friends, when I were sort of allowed to tell them that this is still very hush hush, but so what I've been doing for the last 1.5 years is Assassin's Creed, and I'm the male. They just, what? No, I'm gonna kill you in so many ways, Magnus. They just couldn't believe it, because it's insane. And I was like, okay, this might be a bigger deal than I think,
Oh, yeah.
Because I just look at it as another job, It's okay, this is the big franchise, but it's a job. I sit down and do my research. I go into the motion capture studio, I work, and I go into the voiceover booth and I work, try to make the absolute best. So you're sort of in a sort of bubble, or I am anyway. I'm not trying to be too much out there when I work. But when the trailer came out, that was insane, because in the first 10 days it had more than 100 million views.
Wow!
And that was only in the Ubisoft
channels
controlled stuff.
So not counting me or other, no.
Not counting people that just made it another YouTube clip or put it on there. Only on the Ubisoft platforms.
Wow.
100 million views in 10 days.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it was the biggest AC game ever, wasn't it, in terms of sales?
Well, we don't know yet, I think.
Okay.
But it's the biggest launch.
Biggest launch.
Because I think some of the games have sold like 40 million copies.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think Black Flag did that.
Yeah, Black Flag was huge at the time. But this is only early days. This has only been out for 4 or 5 months. Yeah.
Since November. Mid-November, right? So it's like November, December, January, February. It's like 4 months.
Yeah. I'm going to read some questions here from the lovely viewers. Kez says, have you ever played Valhalla, Magnus?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Okay.
Intriguing.
I don't know how that's possible.
I played it a couple of years back, actually.
Oh, wow.
Sitting at Darby's office in Montreal.
An early build.
Yeah, before I even put my face or voice or anything on anything. It's like, hey, you want to play the game? Come in here, So I've tried to play, and I thought it looked brilliant already. I think I told him I get this Red Dead Redemption feel of the whole environment, and I remember him
Yeah.
going, "Thank you. That is a compliment because we haven't even polished yet." So I played it there, and then I played it while we were recording. Every time I went to Montreal to do motion capture, I went to his office and
Checked it out as
sat
it
there
got.
and gamed a bit. And now now the face is on and your voice is on. The mouth is not moving yet. Still
Yeah, as
creating.
they're adding on. Yeah.
Yeah, and then when also we watched we had to watch ourselves. It's like, okay, this is how you look, and this is when it interacts, and so we used it in working. But after it came out, I have sat next to my best friend playing, and that was really fun. But the thing is, when I play, I get sucked into working again because
Oh,
I
really?
suddenly
Yeah.
go, oh, so that's how they animated that. Oh, okay, but then
Oh,
I would
yeah,
have
yeah.
maybe done it. Can we make another take? It's like, no, this is the game. This is you can't retake here. Oh shit. Oh yeah.
You're
You know.
critiquing yourself.
You may not, and I know everything that's happening. I know
Yeah.
every side quest, every world event, I know everything, and I've been working on the DLCs for the last half year. So
Yeah.
I'm still deeply in it and invested in it. So I think I'll sit this one out, and then I will play it.
You'll come back later, you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, in a couple of months because I think it's brilliant. And I think that's it, what a all of my co-actors, co-stars in it have done is so great. So I want to do it. I want to watch it. I want to feel it. All of
Mm.
that. But it's weird as well, especially the the cutscenes that are not motion capture. Those I have that's weird for me watching myself speak and being animated not as I would have done with
Yeah.
my body. Whereas all of the motion capture, that is me. So I know when I lift my axe and I shout and then I turn around and I whisper to my people that now we're gonna kill Kjotve. This is my, and then all of that I know because I've done it. It's in my body. It's connected.
How
But
much was
but
mocap versus voice acting in this game? I'm really intrigued.
I think I worked for like 7 whole weeks shooting motion capture in Montreal.
And then for the main
So
cutscenes, main mission stuff.
that's like the main that is
Yeah.
the motion capture cutscenes.
Yep.
And I don't know if that's 2.5 hours of
Sounds about right.
in-game cinematics,
Yeah.
something like that. Um, so I was told it was like a feature film and more.
Could be pushing 3 hours actually. Yeah.
I'm not sure. At some point, there will probably be like a cutscene on YouTube. Somebody
I'm
had
pretty sure there
made,
is. I might have done it myself. Yeah.
and but the voiceover is insane. I've done
Oh,
11,000 lines in voiceover.
11,000 lines.
That is
Unbelievable. That's
it's insane.
insane. That actually
Yeah,
is
it's
insane.
Darby told me that it's the same as having the lead in a television series for 10 seasons, and there's 20 episodes in every season, and you are in every scene. There's not a scene without you.
Oh my god, that's
That is the amount of lines I've done for this
I
game.
wonder how you compare to Arthur Morgan, Roger Clark from Red Dead 2, because I spoke to him earlier and he had a lot of lines as well. I wonder how many he did, because it was a similar scope in terms of the length of the game.
But I think they use vastly more years to do
Oh yeah,
Red
they
Dead
had 5
Redemption.
years of yeah,
And they also do motion capture from almost all of it, right?
yeah, yeah.
I would have loved to have done that because I think the motion capture was the most amazing stuff
Oh
I've
yeah,
done in many years. But but then you wouldn't have a new Assassin's Creed game every other year.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. Yeah,
it's just
it's a part of it. Yeah.
if you have to balance it, so people go crazy like, no, but this is not as good as a Red Dead Redemption, or this is not. Of course, people are trying to connect all these games and pairing them, but it's different franchises and it's different budgets and it's different.
Well,
So
yeah, there's
you
been 3 Assassin's Creed in the time that Red Dead came out and was in
Yeah,
development.
exactly.
Yeah.
So in terms of gameplay, you get a lot more, you know. But maybe I I don't want to say what's best because obviously I love to see something that is fully fixed and everything just looks amazing and polished. But I didn't want to wait 3 more years to get the last season of Breaking Bad. You know, I wanted it now. As it's so
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
no,
exactly.
we have to wait for Brian because he's there's something about his skin complexion. We need to wait for a couple of years. You know, no, fuck that shit. Just bring it, man. You know.
Yeah,
So that is what you're working with. Very different people who are who wants to play these games, and
and it's not
also
like Assassin's
because
Creed looks amazing. You know, it's a great looking game, and it's not like yeah, they're cutting corners or anything too much. I got more questions here, Mr. Wolf. What's your opinion on older AC games, Magnus? I know you haven't played any, but do you have a favorite maybe that you've read up on?
well, I think Black Flag. I've
Yeah, that's
played
mine.
a little bit of that. I think that was incredible. Also Darby McDevitt is the lead writer of that.
Hmm.
So I worked used that to just also to see how people interact and how the characters all that in my research, and also I played a little bit of Origins,
Oh, I
and
love Origins. Yeah,
I just love
I love Egypt.
Abu's voice. Uh,
Yeah,
he that's what he does there is just I think that's just it's really fucking great, man.
it
He
is. Yeah,
he has such a wonderful solid voice.
100%.
Um, yeah, so that's some of
Probably
what
those
I've
two.
yeah, I think that would be because
That's my
I don't
two.
know all
So I
about
like
the
your answer. That's my two.
I don't know all about the all about the Ezio. I haven't played all of that, or and people have favorites, and people are always comparing, and I think that's bloody cool. And hopefully, people like this
Valhalla's
game
up
as
there.
well. And
Yeah,
so that's all we can hope for.
yeah,
We just want people to enjoy the game.
100%. Billy Mason says the fact that Eivor is bisexual and fluid is really important. Great insight into LGBT human history. He's not wrong.
Well, no,
Uh,
I think it's brilliant, and I think it's brilliant that you can, first of all, choose if you want to play
yeah,
male, if you want to play female, if you just want to switch. I think that is lovely, and I think that is a step in the right direction of gaming, and also in Ubisoft gaming as well.
mhm,
That we get more diversity, and also that you can romance whoever the fuck you want.
mhm.
That's I think that is
It's pretty
you
cool.
can't romance whoever the fuck you want because there's obviously romance options. This is not a
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not a
but it's
it's not
yeah.
like a dating site.
Like you
Um,
can choose to be gay with Brodor.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Or you can choose not to, or you can
or not
choose
to. Yeah,
to it's all in there.
yeah, it's all there for you.
And that we were so happy when we did all the voiceovers for all of those scenes. Like yes, and let's make it real. Let's try to make it not cliche as well. That's how would how would this be? And you, because you, as a player, you are Eivor, and if you don't believe your sexuality, then and again, that's another level of I'll just take these off and play something else, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that's really good.
Yeah.
More of that in games, you know, and
100%. And
there's a lot of
Ubisoft
people
are
just only
pioneering
want
it.
to. Are they really?
I think they're one of the, the last few Assassin's Creed, you've been able to do it, and I think they're going to include it in a lot of their upcoming games, from what I've heard. Yeah.
I really hope that they're just gonna push it and push it and push it.
Yeah.
Also because you think how many games there's been like 14 Assassin's Creed games, and that's without all the smaller Assassin's Creed games that doesn't count as main games. And you have how many solo playable female leads?
Is it two?
None.
None. Oh, solo. Okay.
And how many male do you have?
Yeah,
That is
right.
a lot, So that could be a fun experience. I love playing now as a female. I don't, if the story is good,
Yeah.
and if the character is good, if I believe the voice acting, if all of that is there, then yeah, hell yeah, man,
Yeah,
I'll jump
fuck
into
yeah.
it. I'll play I'll play a pregnant lady doing whatever if the story's there, man.
It's all about
So
the
somebody
story,
told
I
me
agree.
about this game where I can't remember the name of it. I was listening to a gaming podcast, and they played this game where you play as a pregnant lady walking around in the desert, and
Really?
at some point your controller will shake a bit. Oh yeah, I have to remember. I have to rub the belly. I have to put my hand on the baby,
Really?
and
Wow.
then it lowers the bar of and you're something like it's like brilliant, man. Yes, more of that because that's just reality. I want to, and I want to put reality into sci-fi or into horror or into all of this. And because people have been, I remember people blaming, and that is so fun. Like, no, people saying there was no female Vikings warriors. That's how can that be? It's like you're playing a sci-fi game, first of all. We have
First of all, it's
issues.
a game.
Yeah, it's a game, first of all. Then there's like a sci-fi surrounding,
Yeah.
and then you have a historical plot. So and then yes, there were, but but it's
Yeah.
it's just you can't win it all.
You can't. No, you can't.
And
100%.
I understand that people want to play as their own gender and they feel more comfortable or they feel more this is more me. I can easily lock into this and zoom into this character. I totally understand that. But if you can't see that perspective from the other gender, then there's something wrong. You have to understand that female players want that as well. So and if you can choose, then and if you have to, yeah.
What happened with me was I got to play the game early. Shortly after that trailer came out, I think, because it was the weirdest experience playing this game early. It was over the internet because I couldn't go into the Ubisoft office here in Australia, so they had to connect me into this server or this and that, and I got to play it like it was streamed to my computer. So that was a cool experience. But I chose the male Eivor, and then I heard your voice, man, and that was it. I don't know. I just liked your approach on it. So I never actually got to play the female, but I know that she did an amazing job as well. So
Yeah, Cecilia is really great.
Yeah.
She's a fierce Danish
She's
actress,
awesome. She kicks ass.
and she has a really cool, strong voice. I'm probably gonna have my first playthrough as her, but that's again.
That might take it
I've
out.
been listening to I've been listening to myself for so many hours, and then watching stuff with me. So it's like, let's change channel. Can we?
Yeah. Peace was never an option. Says you have the most soothing voice of all AC protagonists ever. How's that for a compliment?
Well, thank you very much.
Um,
Um,
Natish says bought the game today, loving it. That's good to hear. Choco Krim, are you playing any new games or series at the moment, Magnus? Any new? Any new?
are we talking about me
I
working or
feel like she's talking about you
me?
working, yeah, but I'm probably sure you can't say anything, can you?
No, no. I have a lot of I've signed with blood that I can't, my own blood that I can't tell. Um,
Yeah.
and
Video
then
games?
sorry, what?
Are you doing more video games or?
Um, I don't know. I would love to.
Okay.
To all of you listening, send out your best thoughts and emails, pushing people to say, "Hey, let's have a little bit more of that Ginger Dane. He had that soothing voice, didn't he? Because this was my first game, and damn, what a start, man.
It's a
Um,
pretty
so
fucking good start.
so I would love to do more. Because this has been my first jump into this world, and I just love the community, and I love all the gaming communities on Twitter, and it's just it's it's taking too much of my time, guys. Just you you fuckers. You, you think you get out, and then you just getting pulled back in.
Yeah.
But I really love it, and people are so kind, and obviously you will have to just just neglect the more crazy internet talk, but you can win them all. If millions of people are playing the game, you can win them all.
Yeah.
At least some people are happy. Um, but I'm doing. I can tell that I'm doing another Danish, doing some Danish television stuff, but
Oh,
that's
nice.
probably not so interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
And and if the question was, have I played games or have I watched series,
Yeah.
then I
Yeah.
just finished WandaVision yesterday
Oh, nice.
on Disney, and I've played a bit of The Last of Us Part Two and
Oh,
Part One
nice.
actually, because I had a
Chat with
long
Troy, didn't you?
chat with Troy. Yeah, good chap.
Yeah, yeah, I had him on as well. He can much like Darby, he can talk for hours and hours. That bloke. You need a snooze button for him too. I think I asked him 3 questions in the chat, and he went for 45 minutes. But he's a
Well,
lovely guy.
he
He's a lovely
is.
guy.
He is. It's when if you have a lot to share, then
Oh,
you.
I tell you what, I just sit back and listen. Um,
Yeah.
Greetings from Denmark. Grindrangen 2. Hilsen fra Danmark. Is that how you
Yeah,
say it?
yeah,
How's my pronunciation?
that's really bad, but I'll give you 10 for effort. Hej igen, alle danskere, der sidder og ser med. Hyggeligt.
Oh, that's how you do it. Wolverine, what a fucking voice this man has.
Thank you,
How do you feel
Wolverine.
when you hear that, when you get those
What a
comments?
fucking name you have.
uh,
I'm just
Armin,
Magnus, you're Wolverine.
yeah, Armin King, you did great, man. Keep up the awesome work. He kind of reminds me of Thor from Endgame.
From Endgame. That's the fat Thor, right? Thanks for that.
It is too. I just realized. Oh no, that's not a compliment.
That's
Nah.
wonderful. I think it's because I have a long beard, and
Yeah, how long did that take?
Hemsworth is pretty sharp shaved in the other movies.
Because you would have had to cut that for mocap, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I had to cut it
Yeah.
all. That was the first thing I did. Stepping
Yeah.
off the plane from the last shoot of the Last Kingdom I had, then I flew to Montreal and just clean shaved, so I could do motion capture as a Viking.
Did you feel like a
Felt
baby?
weird. No, I'm used to cutting it on and off.
Oh,
This is part of my job. I
Yeah.
if I've been having a beard for 20 years and it was just my personality and I was working, in infrastructure or whatever, then it would be weird to cut it off. But when I cut it off, it's for work and I'm used to it. I guess I think I let it. It's been growing since the pandemic, and then I have cut some off, and but
They call it. I had a
haven't been noticing
COVID beard.
that.
They call it.
The COVID beard, yeah.
Yeah, I had to cut it off. Now it's a bit more manageable.
Yeah, I have a lot now. And I will have my youngest have to be there when I cut it off because she probably won't remember me without the beard. So she has to see the transformation, otherwise she'll just go crazy.
You're not even joking, are you? That's
No,
hilarious.
I'm not joking. I remember doing it with
Wow.
my son because my face stops here. This is the end of my face. So I look very different without a beard. And obviously she would still listen to my voice. She will still see my eyes, my nose, my
But it is
cheekbones.
different for kids. You're right. Yeah.
But this is weird. And what will she then pull? Not the beard.
um. Oh, I wanted to ask you as well. I'll get to some more questions in a minute from the chat. I had to tell you, those the side missions and world events in this game some of them are so freaking funny. It's some of the best I've ever seen in a game. I don't know who did them, but like the one where you have to, there's this couple that are struggling in the bedroom, let's say. They need to reinvigorate their sex life. So Eivor comes in and burns the place, rips it apart.
They need that to be like a raid and pillaging. He needs that to get a hard on or something like that. It's pretty funny. You just start smashing and burning the house so they can have sex.
What do you do when you read that on the page?
Well, you have fun and then you do it. There's so much weird stuff, funny and well written weird stuff in this game.
That's the thing; it's all well written,
and there's a lot of Easter eggs. And if you like Prodigy, you'll get some of that. There's a lot of fun stuff. There's this Prodigy. I don't know if you played that side, Whirlwind. You get to smack the bishop. Oh, you're a real fire starter, aren't you? Smack the bishop. It's there's a lot of stuff hidden in there and things from other games, and it's. I think a lot of stuff that people who are not fans of the franchise, who haven't played all the games and haven't been gaming a lot in other games, it would just go past and be a wonderful scene. But then if you are a bit nerdy and have you know everything, then it's suddenly, oh, that was and in the background on that banner opposite it says, oh my lord, and I think that's what makes it also a great Assassin's Creed game, because you get all that, and you also get a lot of connections like come together from the former games that I know that there was a lot of fans were missing.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck happened with that? And
Like
what is
Desmond,
that? And then and then and that's where again why Darby McDivitt, I salute you, is the best, because he really listened, and also he knew that we need to fix this, and we need to. And they took this in a strange direction. We have to get that back on, and because it's like cells working on each game. So this was Montreal, but there's another game being worked on, and prior to, and they were working on Valhalla while Odyssey was coming out. So they could see, okay, so they're doing this, then that means that we need to do this, because we need to like grab that and use that. Otherwise, that will go to waste. So they are using it, but it's not like a big round table where they're discussing. so if you're gonna put this in, then we're gonna. It's like, oh, they made that choice. Let's see what we can do.
Yeah. Wow. Do you think they'll do another AC game in the next few years?
I hope so.
Yeah.
Um,
I know.
I
Even if you
and,
knew, you
but
couldn't
I
tell us.
really I
Yeah.
know nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of rumors out there, but uh,
Yeah.
but I know nothing about that.
Sometimes the actors are the last people to know, aren't they?
I was connected to the game 1.5 years prior to the launch, so they've been working on the game for 2 years
Yeah.
before getting the lead actors. So yes, we don't know shit.
Yeah. 100%.
Especially that. Well, I don't know in terms of other games because this is my only game I've been working
Where
on.
where would you like them to go next if you could choose? Because I would
Where
like them to go to Japan or somewhere around there.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That'd be
The
pretty cool.
whole samurai, and
Yeah.
it could be nice to have like a shogun and the
Yeah.
samurai and all that, and ninjas. It would fit in easily.
Exactly.
Um, and but I also think there's a lot of. I think Russia could be interesting as well, man.
Ooh, yeah.
Like Russia with the SARS,
Yeah.
that I think that could be a very interesting
What
place.
about Australia?
I'm gonna make a pass on that, and then
Come on.
no, no, no. Well, that would be like a new world. Then you should follow in the footsteps of the world getting built. I think
Yeah, no, that ain't happening.
probably not.
No.
I, I, yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
Russia, or
Russia could be cool, but you need. I know that a lot of people wanted to have been able to do more parkour, have more big buildings, more towers, more all that than there was in Valhalla. But that it depends on the time. And England and Norway back then wasn't like
but that's the
big
thing.
big cities.
There was still a lot of parkour. There was some, some of the towns in Valhalla, you could really work your way around. So I didn't get that complaint, but that's just me.
But everybody has a feel
Yeah.
about the games. And if you love the first three games, and that is sort of the way you want all the games to be, then you're gonna have a hard time because that was back in was it
They've
2007.
evolved. They're RPGs now.
It's
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's RPGs now, and you have to admit Ubisoft have found a way to milk the franchise. People love it, and they're selling millions and millions of copies.
Hmm.
So obviously, it makes sense for them to keep on doing that. I'm not saying that they couldn't sell millions of copies if they did a more singular game, um, but I also think that a lot of people want to have these big games where they can just disappear for days and. Um,
Did you
but
did
yeah,
you read many of the reviews for this game, or did you stay away?
no, I don't read. I try not to read too many reviews,
Yeah.
because you know also you can't change anything. That's also you can just be happy or sad. It's you can't really go in and change. Well, obviously I could have changed stuff for the DLCs if I wanted, but I don't
Yeah.
know. Uh, but but I
It
have to
reviewed well.
trust.
It's not like it reviewed badly. You
No, no,
know.
no. I think it's up in the nine something. It's 90
Yeah,
something,
it's
right?
it's it's in the green. That's for sure. Yeah.
So um, I think obviously if people hated it if that was the case, you would have known about it, and probably have integrated into how can we make people happy in the DLCs or in the
Yeah.
whatever. But I really try not to do it, because if I am satisfied with my own work, if I have done my my end, then I can push it out into the world and let it breathe. And I think we managed to get something good out of this.
Oh yeah.
I I I made this promise early on that I would treat every line in the game uh, equally important,
I
so
like
that it doesn't matter if it's me calling something just Sigurd, stop that, or it's like a deep, heartfelt chat with Randwi, or the ending with Basim, or whatever. And everything had to matter. It couldn't
You're in
just
the
be
moment.
throwaway lines, even though it's like just gameplay they're running. It had to be real. Again, because of I become you. Um, and I worked with this brilliant voice director, Thor Bishoprick, great Canadian, half Icelandic guy. And we worked hard on that. And he kept kicking me if I wasn't doing my work, like, that's not Eivor. Should we get back to Eivor, Magnus? Oh yeah, So he kept
good.
pushing. And
You need that.
yeah, I've done hundreds of hours of voiceover, and some days you come in and you're tired. Some days you come in and you are sad. Some days you are overexcited about something. It's you need to have somebody to just pat you on the back, or to push you, or to crack a joke. And we had a nice, really nice team, me and Thor, and
So was he with you for all the lines?
almost.
Wow.
I would say he was with me for like 80% of all the voiceovers. He weren't doing anything on the motion capture. That was
Yeah.
done in a big studio with directors and all that. But
Yeah.
he's a brilliant voice director, Thor Bishoprick. If you are looking into getting a voice director for a game, he's the guy. He's brilliant.
Javi, hello Dan and Magnus. You guys are the best. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Javi.
Bebby, damn, what a nice beard. He's a Viking in real life too.
Well, somebody has to be, We can't all be Aussies.
Have you ever been down here before to Australia?
No, I haven't. I would love to.
You gotta come
Please
down,
invite
have
me
a
to
beer.
a Comic-Con or something like that.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. I would love to come down and say hi. Where do you live in Australia?
I'm in Melbourne.
In Melbourne.
I'm in Melbourne, yeah. But I'm sure you'll be down here for the Sydney or Melbourne Comic Con once this shit gets sorted, eh?
Oh yeah, let's sort this shit out, shall we? That would be nice.
Yeah. Matthew Diggle, hey Magnus, huge fan of your work. Love the game, and I loved Last Kingdom. Can honestly say I caught myself trying to copy your voice and lines one too many times.
Well, that's nice, and I'm happy that you're watch the series as well.
I haven't seen the series, man. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible, terrible
No,
research, but it's on my list. I'm very excited.
I was not talking to you. I was talking to.
I know, but I was just saying, I really need to watch it, don't I?
Well, if you're into Viking series, then it's a really good one.
Yeah.
I jump into it in season 3 and have 2 seasons in it.
Oh wow!
And
so I've
it's
got
fun.
a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, I become I'm the leader of the Vikings, man.
Are you a good guy or bad guy?
I always play the good guy. but a lot of people don't think that my good guy in The Last Kingdom is the good guy.
Oh, okay.
But he is looked at as a villain, I would say.
Really?
And
Okay.
he's a very hated character.
Okay.
But I don't see him as I can't play an evil character. I can't go into in my research going, okay, so I'm evil. Nobody thinks about themselves as being evil. You could maybe think that, oh, that was mean that I did, or I just don't care about these. But it's because I want this. It's because I have objectives going this way. I'm ambitious. That was my take on that character. And I loved I get a lot of messages every day on Instagram and Twitter and comments going something like, what was it, the last?
Oh, really? Do you get hate comments?
No. Actually, but there's a lot of people saying, "I hate you for making this happen." Like,
oh, okay, yeah. They're not serious about it. Yeah.
No. It's not crazy. And people saying like, hate your character, love your acting. Merry Christmas from Taiwan. It's like that makes me happy.
Compliment.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And if I can really get people to feel something, like if it's just extreme hatred, then I did something right.
So there's 5 seasons so far of the show, and you're in 2.
Four seasons, and the 5th one is coming.
And you're in it?
I'm in 3 and 4. I'm not in season.
That might be a spoiler for your fate.
I had to go to Valhalla to make it game.
Oh no!
I had to help you out.
Yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking to you right now, Dan.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you wouldn't have me here for a series you haven't watched. Let's be honest.
I'm going to watch it. Start watching it this weekend. Don't you worry. And I'm going to message you once I see your face on that show. Bebby, I wonder if you've heard this before. He looks like Ed Sheeran. Magnus looks like Ed Sheeran. Do you get that a lot?
I haven't gotten it in a while because
so you have got it before.
I haven't got it before. Yeah. It's because people can't see people with red hair. It's like we all look the same. It's like you. It just blends in. I have friends are like saying, "Hey, I saw you at the beach yesterday." It's like, "No, you didn't." Yeah, red hair, red beard. It's like, yeah, it wasn't me. I wasn't at the beach. But people just can't. I know it's. This is the same. A lot of people can't. They just think all Scandinavians look alike. Like, and all it's. You all like very like white and blonde, and it's the same. People should use more time. I am not Ed Sheeran. He sings very much, and a lot better than me. I can sing, but I can't sell millions of records.
Hey, but he can't play a male lead in Assassin's Creed game, so you got that on him.
No, probably not.
Kez says, not a question, but we need to protect this man at all costs. Such a treasure. Everything about him is fantastic, and he deserved the role in this Assassin's Creed game. How's that for a compliment?
Thank you. What was the name? Sorry.
Kez.
Kiss. Thank you, Kiss. That was really nice.
Just Vincent. Dan, can you ask him to say Odin is with us?
Well, can you ask me to say that?
Magnus, can you say Odin is with us?
Well, I probably can. But maybe we should do that in the end then.
Yeah, let's save it for
Odin is with us. But I can shout it in the end if you want.
What did you think about the game in the end yourself from Bebby? What did you actually think once it was all said and done?
Um,
As in, you saw the graphics in the final game and the detail and everything.
I think it looks most of it looks amazing.
Yeah.
I I think when I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna just spend days in Norway because I just think just like
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
surroundings like the mountains, the ice, the snow,
yeah.
the the northern lights, all that. It's just
Oh yeah.
I I I love it. Sailing down the fjords, I think it's brilliant. And I think I've been lucky to work with some of obviously I'm doing all the motion capture, working with a lot of great actors,
Hmm.
um, and they've done an incredible job. And also a lot of just voiceover actors done incredible jobs. And it's just I think that is just amazing. There's so much life in so many of the characters. Um, so I really like the result, but there's also a lot of stuff that I don't know, so that I can't really talk about, and that's not story wise because I know it all, but there's so many Easter eggs, things that the devs have used and made and written, and all these different small stuff. Every item has a name and a story. It's like you can't just find an axe. It's this axe. This was the axe of Ecklentorg, and he was a oh shit, man. Is it any good? Nah, but it has a story, Um, and I think that's incredible. I love that. I love things that have meaning. I tend
Mm.
to. I'm not a hoarder, but I like to collect stuff that has meaning. For example, this cup I'm drinking of, it's a mummy cup. It's but I used this cup to get my son to say his own name from it. Um,
Ah, yeah.
uh, this guy is called Mumrick, and I used to he was one almost 2 years old, and I used this guy came close to him saying, "Hello, I'm Mumrick. What is your name?" And then he could say, his name is Ferdinand. He said, "Ferdinand." It's like, "Oh, hello, Ferdinand," and then it walked away. Goodbye. And I used that every morning until he could, because we chose a long name for him.
Yeah.
Dan would have been easy, but he chose
Yeah, yeah.
Ferdinand. Um, so so that this cup means something special for me because that was I'm going to teach my daughter her name with this one as well. So
Nice. Yeah. I
so I
like it.
love that things have meaning.
Yeah.
This T-shirt has meaning. It's not just something I found in or
You're
whatever.
not carrying around
It's
useless crap. Yeah.
I try not to,
Try
but
not to.
let's
Yeah.
admit it, we are carrying around a lot of useless crap, and we should think more about the environment
No. Yeah.
and
hundred
stop
percent.
throwing the crap out, but recycle it and repair stuff instead.
Yeah.
Uh,
No. 100%.
and that's a lot. I can talk for hours about that as well, but I
Oh,
think this is
really? Yeah.
not that podcast.
I didn't know you were so passionate about it, but that's cool to hear.
Um,
Um. So I wanted to ask you as well about the DLC. So you've wrapped on both those two.
yeah,
All the voice acting for that. How was that? It's shaping up to look pretty cool.
yeah, I really think so.
The Wrath of
I
what's the name? I've got it here. The
Druids, the
Wrath of
Druids,
Druids and the Siege of Paris.
yeah.
Yeah, I
So you
can't
got
wait.
no, and I'm a big fan of dialects and accents,
Yep.
and I must say that I loved doing the island one um, because I love Ireland, and it's just the voice actors from Ireland in that is just sometimes I just stopped in the recording. Can we just listen to that man one more time? Just oh Oh man, that's good. You know, that is the, I'm really enjoying a good Irish accent. And also in the Paris one, there was a lot of French. You know,
Yeah.
it's lovely.
Wow. Do
But
we know when they're
that's
coming
one
out?
thing. I don't have a date, but I would say the Wrath of the Druid should come out. I,
Couple of
I
months?
don't know. I really don't know. But when
Yeah.
I was recording it, I saw a lot of stuff from it, and it looked great. You know, already
Nice.
like the animation also of Eivor. You know,
Yep.
not only the animation around. So I I think soon. Don't
Yeah.
kill me, please. But it is COVID, and COVID is fucking with a lot of stuff. You know,
Yeah.
um, it fucked with the launch of Valhalla as well. And you know,
Yeah.
because I remember them saying that, oh, we are ahead, man. This is perfect. We were shooting motion capture. It was in February, I think. Like we've never been
Yeah.
this far on a Montreal Ubisoft game, Assassin's Creed game before. It's like we have so much time to fix bugs and to do that and to polish, and it's so great. And then the pandemic hit, and then everybody just had to, you know, grab a computer and just go home and
Yeah.
couldn't work from the office, which meant that instead of working with like four screens and yeah, can you come over here? They sat with one laptop, and they could still work, but it's just not the same.
It's
So
different. Yeah.
so they had a plan of the game coming out earlier than November 10th, and then suddenly it was holiday 2020, and then at some point it became November, you know. So it screwed a lot of people over, you know. There's a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
games that could have used those months to really just work.
So, did you record that at home?
No, no, I did
No.
not. I went into a studio.
Okay,
I was
cool.
I used to work with Thor and Alan, my two Canadian boys. I used to work with them. They used to fly to Denmark actually. When I wasn't recording over there, they flew to Denmark, and we worked in the same room, in the same
Oh,
studio,
nice. That's cool.
4 hours a day for 2 or 3 weeks. But obviously, they couldn't fly out, so I had them in my ears,
Yeah.
and that actually worked out perfect. Um, so I went into a studio during lockdown where it was only me and Sebastian Vasquio, great technician.
Yep.
So it was just us two in a big studio in two different rooms with a lot
Oh,
of
nice.
hand sanitizer. So I felt safe, you know. So
Yeah.
I could keep on driving in there and work. Because there was talk about making a home studio, and you know, I just wanted it to be the best possible sound. As you know, I just didn't want to have like, oh, we can't. Oh, it's we have to work with this, or we just want the
Yeah, yeah.
best
You just went,
best
yeah.
for this game. Yeah,
So that's it for Avor. You've recorded your lines.
yeah. Well, I think there's still coming just seasonal stuff out, and
Okay, there's still
I
more. Okay.
they're pulling me right back in. You know,
Okay.
they
So
Ubisoft is. I'm not done with
you
Ubisoft. Let's just
haven't
say
you
that.
haven't done your last line yet. Okay.
No, and I also I have to go back to Canada to meet up with the whole gang again,
Oh yeah.
because it was so weird. I finished motion capture and while Denmark locked down. I was in Montreal. I had to fly home. Fingers crossed that I could come into Denmark.
Yeah.
Um, so that
Wow.
was a weird ending.
Yeah. No, it
Um,
doesn't feel right,
She's
does it?
like, okay, well, we guess we'll see you back in May when you come. And I was to visit to come and work on motion. Oh, sorry, on voiceovers for 3 or 4 weeks, or five weeks was it? With my family in Montreal, staying there, and I'm living in a house and doing that and having them meeting with. I become good friends with Darby, for example, and his wife and kid, and you know, so we were to see each other a lot. And then the pandemic hit, and we thought that's a month. So here, a year after, still doing fucking Zoom meetings. But
Charles
it's
Priest, I think your voice acting, Magnus, was incredible. I'm a huge fan. Winter says, I rewatched Game of Thrones recently. I couldn't help but wonder how Xenot and Tormund would get along. And if it came down to a fight, who would win? Have you watched Game of Thrones? Do you know who would win that?
yeah, and I love the fact that you called him CNUT as well.
Have I,
It's
Knut. Yeah, I know. I wanted to
But
see what you would do.
in the when I got, I have to tell this, when I was doing
See that? Oh, good.
when I got the audition for The Last Kingdom years back,
Yeah.
I remember getting the papers and looking at the scenes and going, CNUT, that's a weird Viking name. It's not like a bad like gangster rapper or something like that. CNUT. Like, oh, it's Knut. Oh, fuck me, it's Knut. It's because they can't spell it right. Because in Danish, it's spelled with a K, Knud, and it's just pronounced Knud.
Ah.
So, but it's Knut in this. So I'm glad that it wasn't only me that got that. So you, thank you for that, Dan. Thank you for mispronouncing. But who would win, Tormund Giantsbane or Knut Ranulfsson? Well, I think Knut would eat him up, to be honest.
You reckon?
Yeah,
I think you might be a bit biased.
No, but you don't see Tormund the Giantsbane fight that much in the, and I know Knut, and he is a beast with a sword and with an axe or with two, or he's a crazy motherfucker when he wants to be. And if he would probably also just get Tormund to get stabbed in the back as well prior to the meeting.
Yeah. I can't wait for the DLC. Everyone's keen for the DLC. Can you ask, how was it being in a video game, watching himself at the game? How many hours did he play? Oh, we've already discussed that. I went into Valhalla pretending to be the Last Kingdom character. That changed pretty fast. Rory. That's a good one.
Yeah, that they're not the
changed.
same, you know. It's
Yeah.
there was I have to find this. Sorry, there was I hate being on my phone, but there was somebody that wrote something really funny on Twitter and tagged me in it. I have to
please
look
find
up.
it.
1 sec. Oh shit, there's a lot of stuff going on here.
What was that related to?
To both The Last Kingdom and here it is. Magnus Brun, thank you for giving us an idea of what Uhtred talking to King Alfred was like in an alternative universe where Uhtred's name was Eivor and he sounded like Knut. And you would have known more about that if you've seen the series, but that was just so perfectly rounded.
Yeah.
That was Matt Neuhauser from Twitter. I might have gotten some questions as well on Twitter. I haven't really looked at it since I put up the post.
Greetings from Romania, Magnus. You have an amazing
From Denmark.
day. Are there any future projects in the media that you can talk about? Also, what character from any media would you like to play in the future? We'll go with that one because we touched on the first question. What other characters from any media, games, movies, TV, would you like to tackle if you could?
I have a wet dream of playing a pirate at some point. But I know we have been there. Pirates are that was, we had vampires, then we had pirates, now we had Vikings. So I don't know. What do you think is going to be the next?
Hey, that sounds pretty good. Pirate. I think you'd play a pretty badass pirate.
But I must say that I'm more interested in the story.
Yeah,
I,
of
I
course.
if there's a good story, if there's heart, behind it, if when I get the script and I read it and I feel like, oh, you want something with this. This is not just money. This is like this is your small. You're handing me your child.
Mm,
That I love working on stuff like that. That is great.
yeah.
So if there's a good story, if it takes up, if there's some good subjects, just like LGBT, if it's treated in the right way, fuck yeah, I want to help, I want to tell stories, I want to help change the world. Uh,
Yeah.
so I will always look at projects like that, and I will prioritize projects like that more than just some big
Yeah.
gig that maybe the story is not good, but there's a whole lot of money. But it has to be fun, and also I tend to follow my gut, and it's right. I will say 99% of the time. When I don't follow it, it's always like, oh fuck, man, I should have. Yeah, I know. Oh,
Mm.
I'm sitting at some set, just being. This was a bad decision.
Do I
So
know? Do I know the one you're talking about? Is that the one we talked about
no,
offline?
no, but no, this is always, it
Mm.
just that one too, but
Yeah, yeah,
uh, you
yeah.
know, but it's just and it comes in all things in life. It doesn't have to be work or projects. Like I
Yeah.
should have done that, but I didn't, and now I regret it. It's
Mm.
and we are the life is too short to regret. So
Oh no,
make some
isn't it?
good choices.
While I've got you here as well, I always like to ask this question: favorite movies? Give me some of your favorite movies.
Well, I would say my absolute favorite movie is 12 Monkeys.
Oh, nice. Yeah, is that Brad Pitt?
Yeah, Bruce Willis, Brad Pitt. It's
Yeah,
it's I think it's a masterpiece, and I
yeah,
really really love that. Um,
that's awesome.
and I'm a huge fan of Christopher Nolan.
You are.
Um,
Well, there you go.
yeah.
Now we are best friends.
Oh, but
He's
but
he's
I
my
would say,
favorite.
oh, that's cool. But I think Interstellar is just
Oh, what a
it
movie.
takes my breath away every time I see it, and I've watched it many
Oh,
times. Just the music and Matthew McConaughey, he's brilliant in it. It's just everything's just. mm.
you said you had a wet dream over Pirate. I had a wet dream over that docking scene. Do you
Oh
remember the docking
yeah,
scene? Yeah. Oh, in the theater, man. Watching that, I've never had an experience like that before.
I sort of had the same feeling when I watched Gravity in 3D. That was also just what
Mm.
the that blew me away as well. Um, yeah. So, but yeah, I keep going back to 12 Monkeys. That's my favorite movie. I can always watch that. Um, and then I think there's some movies that I loved when I was younger that I don't want to touch anymore. I don't want to spoil them because I tried that with some movies and it just went, that's a shitty movie. But I love the memory of this being behind. I think that I'm also doing that. Uh,
You with me, mate?
oh,
Sorry, you
sorry,
cut
my
out a
internet
sec.
connection is unstable.
You cut out for a second. I've got you back now. Can you hear me? Oh no.
Hello, can you hear
I've
me?
got you. I've got you.
Yes, my
Sorry,
internet.
man. It went off for a second.
Yeah, but this is life.
This is
It
live. Yeah.
has to be a bit dangerous. Where did you go? And I was thinking, where did you go? But it was me because my computer said your internet connection is unstable. God damn it! It's on my end.
uh, yeah. No. Did you ever see Tenet? Nolan's
Yeah,
new
yeah, I
one.
watched Tenet. Yeah,
What'd you think?
I'm still processing it. It's I don't think it's his best.
No, it's not his best, but
But I
it's worth a rewatch.
I'm looking forward to rewatching it on a big screen. I really enjoyed it, but I was also so puzzled at points, at times, that I went like, what the actual, but not in that good way, as while say watching Interstellar as well, but also like Inception, where you go, and then it dawns on you. I had a feeling that there's stuff that didn't dawn on me.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm not saying that you as an artist should tell all the secrets. People should be able to get them, maybe watching again or
Yeah.
reading about it. But I think there was some stuff in it that just was
Too full
too
on,
weird.
too weird.
I don't
Yeah.
know. And yeah, because with Inception, it kept being a small story, even though it was sort of big, but it kept being small. But in the end of Tenet, it's just suddenly there's like armies going. Like, where did that army come from? It used to be like small,
Yeah.
and then they're going backwards and forward. It's like, oh, I'm missing out on stuff now. I don't.
That's
I
why it's
stopped.
so good on a rewatch. You got to watch it
I
again,
stopped.
mate.
Yeah, but I
It comes
stopped caring
together
about some
better.
of the characters. So that was my. And I hate that when I just losing interest. Like,
Yeah.
because I really want to feel
Yeah.
everything.
I'll give you a couple more before I let you go, mate. I really appreciate your time. Any advice for people trying to start a career is a question I'm getting a lot here in games or TV or any advice?
It depends on what age you are, I would say, but
Really? Why is that?
because it's harder if you're older to
Okay.
to to model yourself. Now, not saying that you shouldn't be yourself. You should be original, but it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks, so to speak. And acting is tricks. So it can be hard to learn when you're not saying too old, but I would just say I would say two things. One is very negative. If there's anything else you could see yourself do, then do that. Really, because
I actually
it's
hear that a lot.
it's tough, man. It's
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell my kids to become actors. Fuck no. If they go for that dream, it's fine, and I will help them. But I'm never gonna push them in that direction. They're not gonna be like, I'll bring my kids to like a small part on the television series. Like, no, that's gonna be on their own end because there's so much rejection in this business.
Would you
And
say 9 out of 10 gigs?
yeah,
Rejection?
sometimes 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's tough. I'm in a good position right now, but that can change. It's so tough. And also sitting here where I am now, I've been working as an actor for many years now, for many years, and that means that when I was younger, I neglected my friends and family, and because I just wanted to act, I just wanted to be part of something, I just wanted to all that, and I forgot about everything else. Just going for this um, one goal, but so I think it's
If you've got no other option, let's say, and you're that's your passion,
yeah.
and you
Yeah,
got no
yeah,
other.
I just starting talking about depression here.
Let's just
Sorry
say
about
you've
that.
got no other option. You love it that
Then,
much.
then you
Then
should do
what?
it. Then you should obviously you should do it. And
Yeah.
and I would say stay original. Don't
Yeah.
don't try to pretend to be somebody else that you think is good, or don't try to satisfy their needs. Satisfy your own need, because if you're playing to make them happy, then you're not going to be happy. So it's about finding out what you like, what turns you on, in terms of theater, history, books, games, all that. Find out what kind of actor, what kind of artist do you want to be, And then when you know that, then it's classes. It's go to drama school, go to have a voice coach, all
All
that,
that, yeah.
and then work. I used to do independent theater. I used to do underground stuff. I've done all kinds of weird little stuff in my youth. And also I've been teaching in drama. I've been doing dubbing cartoons. I've been
Wow.
doing theater, directing theater, playing a lot of theater, touring with small. I've been playing children's theater as well, and theater for the like teenagers. And so I've been all over the palette to be here where I am today, and there are like a billion steps more I could take. So
Yeah.
it's finding out, it's finding yourself in it, and
Mm.
and if you find yourself in it, then the work you will do will be satisfying for you. And if you really like it, I promise you that other people will like it as well. If you're trying to only say, oh, I think this is what they want, I think this is a story they would like, what story do you want to tell? That's what it's all about. And that's that when I talked about getting those scripts, that's like when they hand over that child to you, that is what it is. It's all about your story. It comes from you. It comes from your experiences, your vacations, your childhood, your friends, your family. People that write books, it's all about themselves. Let's be honest. And then they have put some different names, or maybe oh, he's Caucasian in this or whatever, but
Yeah.
it's all about themselves. Um, so 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 you need to find out who you are, and when you know that, you can tell that story, and then people will listen. If you don't know who you are when you tell the story, people will zoom out.
Hey, I think you could be a motivational speaker in another line of work if you want. That was a great answer.
That's a long answer, and the first half of the answer was depressing, right? So I don't know.
Well, it was
I
the
maybe
slow
not.
build. Once you got to the end, though, it paid off. It paid off.
There is a carrot somewhere.
um, I've got one other question here from who someone has a theory. I just wanted to quickly run by. Is Eivor a reincarnation of Odin? The ending of the Odin storyline and the ending in Valhalla seem to suggest he is because of all the parallels between the two characters and their stories in game.
Well, without spoiling too much, if I don't know, you guys have played the game probably,
We've
so
played the
if
game. It's all good.
it's all good.
Yeah.
Yes, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Eivor is a reincarnation of Odin.
There you
That's
go.
why he has all that poetry as well.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And also
Beautiful.
why Odin is like a parrot on his shoulder going, maybe you should do this instead. Why not kill them all?
Yeah.
He's like the devil. You could also just kill him.
Well,
And
mate,
then, stop with the killing, Odin. Please stop with the killing. I don't want to kill. Maybe just kill him.
mate. Well, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. I really, really appreciate it.
I have
Taking
four
the
more
time.
4 more minutes. If you
4 more
wanna use
minutes.
them.
All right, we've got 4 more minutes. Have we got any more questions, guys? Were you interested in Vikings and the history of it? Was that something that you were into, Magnus, before this role?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. I have been working on The Last Kingdom, this Viking series on Netflix, for 3 years. So I've
But even
been
before
in.
that, were you a fan?
But even before that, I'm Danish. I'm a Dane. This is part of my childhood. It's my heritage. It's
Yeah.
it's in the bedtime stories. We know about Norse mythology. It's just part of it. So yes, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
I am not a believer, uh, but I would say that I really love it.
Yeah. A favorite character besides Eivor in the game?
Oh,
That's a
good
tough one.
question.
That's a tough one.
No, but there's so many.
Is it the lady that does all those farts, or the guy that's all
That's not my
stinky?
favorite character. Um, no, I think Basim. I love Basim.
Yeah, yeah,
He, that I mean, also I love, Carlo Rota's voice. It's just so nice, and also Sigurd. Um,
yeah,
Gudmundur Thorvaldsen made such a great character. So okay, and one favorite character. I love all the arcs in the game with Folke. Folke, she's great, and Gaia
yeah.
Weiss, who plays her, is that was such a pleasure working with her
Oh,
in
yeah.
motion capture. Um, there's so many. There's so many. And look up Jeppe Beck Larsen, who plays Halfdan and Thor. Great voice, and he's a great friend of mine as well. But he's amazing. So many great people in this game.
Oh, yeah.
I have to play it. God damn it.
um, Peace was never an option. He was the one that had that theory he wanted to clear up. He said, "I've been sitting on that for since November, and I've been so annoyed that no one's been able to answer it. Thank you, Magnus, you beautiful man."
Well, otherwise, Google is your friend. Um,
um, Favorite romanceable character, just quickly as well.
uh, Randvi, I think,
Yeah.
because if your brother has a wife, why the hell not? Um, and Tarbin, good old Tarbin the baker from the settlement. Those
Really?
two.
Okay.
That was fun. That was fun to
I can
make.
imagine that would be fun.
Big old baker. That was nice.
Beautiful. All right. I think we can't do much better than that, mate. Um, Before I let you go, can we get Eivor to talk to Dan here today? Is there something Eivor can say to Dan?
Well, I did promise to say that Odin is with us, but I can tell Dan Allen that Odin is with you forever. So kill them all.
Oh, thank you so much, man. It's been a pleasure, man. Have you got a busy week ahead?
Yeah. Actually, I do have some interviews as well.
Oh, nice.
Uh, and I have a family. I've been home with my two kids have been
Well, that's a
sick
full-time
for
job, isn't it?
4 days, so I've actually been home with them while my wife had been working. So I've been making banana pancakes and making a lot of puzzles, and you know, just doing cozy, nice stuff with them.
Oh, it
I think
sounds awesome.
they should be fresh tomorrow. My wife is home today, so she's with them right now. But I'm gonna go
Yeah.
back and help out with some food, and I have a call I have to make in 15 minutes. So
No worries. Well, I really appreciate your time, Magnus. We'll have to have you back maybe for the DLC once it's all said and done.
yeah, we can do that in Australia, in Melbourne.
Oh,
We can
wouldn't
have a
that be
chat
good
down
over a
there.
beer?
That would be nice. I like a beer, and I this is one of the first podcasts where I'm not having any alcohol. I am
You've done all right.
I'm clean. I'm clean. I'm drinking water, or is it gin? You never know. Just keep. I'm far away. You can't smell it.
Oh, I'm sus now. All right. Well, take care, mate. We'll reconnect soon. Have a great day. Hope the family is safe and well, and really appreciate your time.
Yeah, and thanks for all the great questions, guys.
Yeah, make sure you follow Magnus on Instagram, Twitter. Where else can we find you, mate?
I think that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Watch The Last Kingdom, play AC Valhalla, and send Ubisoft. Spam them with how good he was in the game, please.
Well, you're always welcome to tell people that they should put me in their games if it's
Exactly.
good games with good stories.
Exactly.
Oh,
I'd
I
like to see
actually,
you in God of War.
yeah, I would love to be in that. I really, I think it's bloody cool.
Yeah.
Actually, I just see here on Twitter that somebody asked, "Hey Magnus, I wanted to ask, did they model male Eivor after you?" And they did, and they didn't. So they had a fierce model when I came into the game, and they used all my micro expressions, and small some eye wrinkles and some smiles and some of my eyes, and how I talk, how I use my mouth. But they don't go for likeness. They didn't go for 100%.
Yeah.
They stopped doing that in Ubisoft games
Well,
some
they
years
didn't want
back.
a good-looking guy, did they?
I
That's
think
why.
he's pretty good looking. You know,
No.
I'll do him. Uh, just don't tell my wife. Um, but that would be weird. That would be weird.
What did your
Just
wife
don't.
think of it, by the way? What did your wife think of the game?
She thinks it's really cool. She is not a gamer,
Yeah.
but she thinks it's really cool, and she's always going, "Yeah, I knew." And I went, "No, no, 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 no. I don't know how it's going to be big, Magnus. It's going to be big." Yeah, I don't know. We have to work on it. Have to be. I'm not. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's going to be big. So she is a voice of reason, and she is the love of my life, and yeah,
Awesome.
she helps me out.
Awesome, man. So make sure you
Um,
follow him, guys. Magnus Braun. Is that the
Brune. You can say it how you
how
like,
should I pronounce Braun? Brun?
Brune, I would
Brun?
say. You, yeah.
That's the best you're gonna get from an
That's
Australian.
the best I'm gonna get from this
Yeah.
Aussie.
Yeah.
Dan, it was a pleasure, guys.
Pleasure.
See you out there. Maybe at a Comic Con in Australia. That would be lovely.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I don't know them there, but you can always push them. I'd love to chat to
I'll
all of you
connect
in
you
real
with
life.
them. Don't you worry.
So cheers out and take care. Remember to wear a face mask if uh, if there's if
If
you're
there's a
going
need.
into if there's a need. Yeah, I don't know how are you in Australia right now? Are you fucked up or are you?
No,
It's pretty
we're
good
out
down
of
there, right?
we're out of lockdown. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
all
yeah.
good.
We're getting out of it here in Denmark now, but some places in the world are still just
Oh yeah. Shocking.
so.
Yeah.
Everybody's sitting out there. Just stay safe, man. Really, stay safe. And
Yeah.
take care of each other. We'll get through this, and we'll hug again and love again.
Take care, man.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.